stepmother? The gay laughter bubbled over again. Me, a stepmother? That concerns my mother, you know, and I must admit, it does give me pause sometimes. But Jennifer, after all, is a daughter, not a wife, and the two are quite different. She will have no cause to dislike me. Yes, I suppose you are right, Giana said. But if one believes all the romantic novels, the stepdaughter must hate the new mother. Bosh, Derry said. Those books were dreadfully silly, but... She rolled her eyes. So very informative. At least, I think they are, she added, blushing slightly. Derry's face took on a dreamy look, and slowly she began to dance around their room. Boston was so beautiful that summer, and Charles so enjoyed waltzing with me. Yes, Giana thought, feeling tears prick her eyelids. Any man would want to waltz with Derry. She didn't want to feel envious of Derry, truly she didn't, but the thought of loving and being loved in return, of belonging to someone and never having to be alone again, was like a magical dream, a dream that had come true for Derry. You are awfully quiet all of a sudden, Miss Van Cleve, Derry said, drawing her imaginary waltz to a close. I was just thinking, Giana said. Derry merely laughed. Remember when we first met? Goodness, it was over 3 years ago. My ever-so-snobbish parents dumped me here in Geneva at Madame Orly's exclusive young ladies' seminary to finish me off properly. Her eyes twinkled. They will be so disappointed. After all your good influence, I still haven't achieved your clipped, starchy accent. You English, I think you are born speaking that way. Giana's twinge of envy dissolved under Derry's laughter. She lowered her head and whispered, You will leave in but 3 days, Derry, and I will be alone again. Nonsense, Giana. You will not have to put up with another colonial like me. Next week you will have a new roommate, a nice English girl who, from what she told us in her very nice English letter, is blessed with a handsome brother. Who knows? Perhaps he will be a Prince Charming. Unlikely, Giana said, knowing that Derry was merely trying to cheer her up, and hating it. There will be no one to tell you what to do, she said suddenly. You will have servants, and do just as you please. Yes, and eat cream puffs for dinner if I like. Old Mavis would have a fit, I know, the dear old dragon. Derry pursed her mouth tightly together and hunched her shoulders, doing a credible imitation of Mavis Danforth, their deportment teacher. Like she sucks lemons, Derry giggled. Giana smiled at her antics, as always, but the hated tears were still there, waiting for naught in particular to send them streaming down her face. Come, Giana, whatever are you daydreaming about now? You really must stop that, you know. I've told you often enough that people will think you're myopic, and we both know you've the eyes of an eagle. I will miss you, Derry, Giana said. New York is not the end of the earth, Giana, and it is not as if you were a poor little orphan. When Madame Orly considers you fit to leave her poshy school in what, a mere 6 more months? She paused a moment, gazing about their dimity-curtained room that gave onto the magnificent prospect of Lake Geneva, then shrugged her elegant shoulders. Well, your dear mamma can send you to New York to visit me. It is only fair, after all, for I visited you 2 years ago in London, and I'm sure I can convince dear Charles to bring me to London, next year, say. There are dozens of banks in London, and Charles loves banks above all things. Now, Giana, you must smile and be happy for me. Look, your bow has come loose again. Quickly, my love, Madame Orly should be greeting Charles and Jennifer any time now, and I wish us to be ready when she calls for us. Now, my girl, straighten your shoulders. I hear Lisette coming. Charles has doubtless arrived. Their greetings were stilted in Madame Orly's severely formal drawing room, but no sooner were they tucked warmly into a carriage and on their way to the renowned Golden Lion than Derry was chattering gaily, gesticulating with only one hand, for the other was safely held by Mr. Charles Latimer. Giana stared shyly at Mr. Latimer whenever he wasn't looking at her. He appeared to be everything Derry had rhapsodized about, and more. He was a tall man,